Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bachelor of Media and Communication. Congratulations for joining this exciting degree that will kind of teach you a lot of very useful and interesting skills. I'm going to give you some background on how the degree is organized. So, like, what was the rationale for organizing this degree and the kinds of topics that you will be studying. So we have three different strands in the degree. One strand is in the critical communication studies, where we look at principles of communication and how communication specialists research their subjects and the different concepts that they use. The other strand is creative digital design, where you learn how to design graphics and multimedia and creative systems. And the other strand is business practices, where you learn management and entrepreneurship. So all of these together create a very kind of future-looking degree, because all those skills, of course, are exactly the right ones for the emerging professions of the future. I'm sure you all know what it is that you are studying, but this link here is for your study plan. Make sure that you download that and you have an idea of all the different topics that are included in the degree. And here they are. So this is your study plan. So you can see what you're doing in the first year, both semesters. Some of these topics are compulsory. We call these core topics, means everybody has to do them in order to acquire the skills needed to be a media and communication specialist. But you also have, in each semester, you have options. So you can choose from a list of options, which you will see when you check out your study plan. And you also have an elective. So I think you probably know the difference between options is that these come from a list of pre-given topics. Elective is open for you to choose from across the university. So you may want to do something in engineering or health sciences, for example. So although the degree looks kind of very fixed, it is quite flexible, because your options are up to you to choose. And even if you don't like the ones that we have on offer, you can always suggest other ones, and we are pretty flexible. Looking at these topics, you can see the three strands that I was talking about. So just looking at the first year, you have a business topic, marketing principles. Then you have the Comms 1001, which is the communication principles, so critical communication one. You have digital and social media, which is actually combining the critical communication with the digital creative ones. Media and Society, Essential Multimedia, which is a very hands-on topic where you learn to create animations and videos and so forth. So you can see in each semester and each year, you have a combination of topics from those three strands that make up the degree. Each topic has its own coordinators and teachers, and also its own style. So some have lectures and tutorials, others have workshops or seminars. So as you go along, you learn more about what these are, but make sure that you check the description and be prepared for the fact that they're not all the same, right? They're different topics. You make sure you know your coordinator and be in touch with them. So other than just studying, you can become involved in other ways in the degree. So for example, we have a Facebook page. so which has its own group, and please join that. The advantage of joining this is that some of the people who are there are alumni. There are people who have graduated, so you can be in touch with people who are now in workplace, but who have done the same degree that you did. There are also opportunities to contribute in the leadership of the degree. So you could consider becoming a course representative, course rep, and you will get more information about this. That allows you to attend meetings and get specialized training by the Student Association. And you might have some other ideas that you might want to get the people together who are enrolled in the degree and organize some group. So if you have any ideas about how to engage the other students or anything that you want to share, you're welcome to do so. Please let me know, Sky Marson, the coordinator of the degree, and we can always arrange something. And just finally, what to do in your first week. I'm sure that you probably have done this, but just to remind you, we use Flow or Canvas for materials and resources. They're online platforms. Some topics use Flow and some use Canvas. That's because we are now transitioning to Canvas. So we'll be using Canvas more and more as we go along. So make sure that you know where your topic is and play around with it. Just make sure that you know how it works. Also remember that your lecturers will communicate with you via your Flinders email. So make sure you have that, make a habit of using it. If you haven't already, make sure that you have enrolled for all your topics. And also try to make a plan, because this way you gain more control over your life during the semester. So try to think of all the things that you can do. So some of it is studying, right? So you have to know your timetable and give yourself the time to study for your topics. But you can also do other things, right? Like join clubs, for example, where you can socialize and pursue your interest. Think about transport options. I know some people live far away, and so you need to think, what is the best way to come to campus? You might want to drive, or you might think that it's pretty hard to find a park, and it's also quite expensive. We have a lot of other transport options. One really good one that I like is, of course, the train. Of course, it doesn't suit everybody, but it's pretty useful. And know your student advisor. So know the people who you can go to if you have questions about your enrollment and your progress. So I think that this pretty much sums up the things that you need to keep in mind as you start the semester. Sky Marzen, I'm the course coordinator, so you can always contact me if you have any questions about the content of the degree. So thank you very much for listening, and we will leave it at that.